Oh, all right. Hello there, sword friends. I am not prepared for this video to give some heads up. Um, Short gist, I'm not even audibly prepared. I made a video some time ago about a Dark Sword Armory Mother of Dragon sword, and the folks at Dark Sword Armory offered to do a little bit of a not contest. Well, they let me do whatever I want, and contests are fraught with shenanigans. So I opted to not do a contest and just said, make something cool, and maybe you'll earn a cool thing from Dark Sword Armory. I have some codes, and the plan is I'm gonna hopefully go through some things that that are what people have submitted so far. That is my plan. But I will admit I've kind of kicked the can on this video for a hot minute, and I'm really just not entirely ready for it. But I've kind of been stressing out in the background about how do I do this video and what should I have in it and blah blah. And so I maybe pull the band-aid off and go live on the internet and force myself to actually make the video. So that is what I'm going to do. I've had this tab open on the internet where I'm trying to like keep an eye on who has entered and whatnot. And anyway, I don't foresee myself ever doing this again. This was a bad idea for me. Cool for you, because there are a grand total of like 18 entries and 6 chances to win, and that is pretty strong odds. But I digress. Point is, I don't think I'm going to do this again. So yeah. Anyway, shout out incidentally to Costco bourbon. There was a single barrel bourbon on sale at Costco, like $30, and it's oily and delicious and absolutely wonderful. And I've been trying to work on not having man boobs for a hot minute, so I have not been drinking very much, and so more or less, basically, a very small amount of this tips me over the edge pretty quickly. Oh God, it's so good. It's so good. Anyway, for those of you joining, thank you. I am going to cover some stuff, and yeah, and it's going to be great. It's totally going to be great. Trust me. Trust me. Trust me. It's going to be fun. There's going to be so much fun. You are going to vomit from the amount of fun you are having. Why isn't Windows 11 being good? Okay, here we go. Okay. Man, I should have like sorted this out. Again, this is a more of a video for those of you joining. This is a Matt feels bad about not doing this video sooner and is feeling nauseous about this stupid video that he promised to do and shouldn't do it ever again. Struggle with me. I will see what I can do about putting up things, because I would love community interaction here to know if you think the thing is cool. I've got some stories, I've got some videos, I've got some this, that's, and the others, and all of that is gonna come out. So let me figure out how this software works, and then that's gonna be cool. Okay. All right. So that screen works. Okay. There's a background. Fantastic. All right. I am. Stop. All right. Emblem arms. So, no. Why don't you open correctly? All right. So, first up, we have emblem arms, and yeah. All right. So I'm not going to play audio here, incidentally, because I suck, and also because sometimes people use music and it's bad, and YouTube makes me sad. But I do have some stuff. So Emblem Arms is doing this thing. Why? I'm so bad at all the things. This is a link to the folks at Ye Olde Emblem Arms, I think. Let me know if that link works. And you can see what he does. Now, Emblem Arms has started making some YouTube videos about swords, and I have been following his channel since he made this video. And more or less, he talks about a cool ass thing he does in Prince of Persia. And there is that he's watching like the video says, let me try to recreate a move from Prince of Persia. And so he reviews how to do it, picks a heavy beast of a sword, then says, I should not be doing this. Look at the shape of me, and then proceeds to fucking do it anyway like a champ. So well done on him. I can't do that. Look at how high his leg goes. This is very solid. No, not that one. Damn it. Here we go. No, full screen. You son of a bitch. There we go. All right, here we go. The leg got higher before. He is more physically adept than he's leading on to be. But anyway, Emblem Arms, there's the link, and you can check it out. He basically says, let me try to recreate a move from a fantasy video game that I like and try to recreate it with a heavy ass sword, which he could have chosen a much lighter sword from my understanding, and didn't anyway. So well done to him. Now, what I would like from the folks in chat, if you can hear me and audio is working, is tell me what you think. This is 100% on me, at least per the disclaimer. I have to follow the guidelines that I set out earlier, in that I am the sole arbiter of what is cool and what is not. I asked for something cool. To me, this is pretty fucking cool. If you go online and are a little shaky about your physique and say, let me try to move like Prince of Persia, props. Fair, basically just props. And then also to get your leg above your head, I don't know how much you stretched before this, but I've been working on health, and it's tough to do that. It's tough to do that as you get older. So tip of my hat to him for putting himself out there. I thought it was pretty cool. Let me know what you think. And when I say, what do you think? What I'm looking for from the audience is a 1 to 3, because that is going to make my brain simple. 1, it's shit and do not like. 2, it is whatever. 3, like it. It can be like it from the standpoint of thumbs up, acceptable, to wow, I'm over the moon. But 3 is the middle. 1 is don't like it. 3 is I like it. So throw out what you think you like from Emblem Arms. I put a link in the thing. I think hopefully it's in the chat. God, I suck at this. But check him out. Probably not while you're watching this. This is not a great thing, but I would encourage you to subscribe to his channel. He's got 664 subscribers. He's been making sword reviews. So tip of my hat, raising my glass to Emblem Arms. All right, seeing some 3s. Fantastic. So next up, I've got Spencer. No, that's not the shit. God, I'm so bad at this. I should have totally prepared the better. All right, so Spencer did a drawing, and I got a couple of them. Okay. So, how do I? No, that's not very good. There we go. All right, so Spencer put out a. Let me try to put some ratings in here, so I can get a general community. Can I? How do I? I don't know how to do stuff, but I got 3s in the chat, so I like that. I'm trying to remember what people are actually saying. So when I go back and assign who a winner is, community feedback is always appreciated. I want to respect it. Emblem Arms gets a 3 for the like. All right. So Spencer noted that there is some AI-ness happening here, and he submitted 2 things. And I will give Spencer some props from the standpoint of, I didn't say there was only 1 entry. I just said do something cool, and I didn't say don't use AI, and he did. So there we go. So anyway, he opted to make some AI fun stuff. Now, as I look at this AI, I look skinnier than I normally do. I got a little do-rag on. I recognize myself in this photo, but does it look like the sword is like a sakibato, you know, like a reverse curve sword or something, like it's going the wrong way? Now he's got 2 entries. So again, for the folks joining, what I'm looking for is 1, I don't like it. 2, meh. 3, I like it. 1 can be it's I don't really like it. 2, it's complete horseshit. Mid 2 is I don't know how to feel about it. And 3 is I like it, I think. 2, it's fucking amazing. So that's the scale of things. Throw in what you think. He's got 2 pieces. So 1 is this. Obviously, it is a bearded matte, more slender in the face than I think I deserve. A sword that looks like it's slightly reversed. I don't know if this is a Ken. I don't know. The sword proportions are off to me. The diamonds look like squares, but AI doesn't know swords. So I guess I still have a job for a minute. The next one is this. Now, in the video, I asked for Yael slaying a dragon using the Mother of Dragon sword, and I said it would give extra brownie points. This to me is absolutely fucking amazing. So it's got my giant forehead on it. It's clearly me. It's got my saggy bags of eyes, my poor haircut, a Mother of Dragon sword that is proportioned somewhat incorrectly, stepping on a dragon's head. I said additional brownie points for this particular. Now, I asked for Yael, and I think this is some weird amalgamation between the 2 of us, perhaps with a more bias towards me and my giant forehead. But this is kind of what I asked for, and to me, I don't know. It looks pretty sweet. So I will admit, fan art is kind of neat. One that leans into my flaws, like look at this giant dome. Like AI, it's not even processed. It's just glare white from the AI. AI doesn't even know how to work with light from my forehead. So I don't know how to feel about it, but I do feel it's awesome. Looking for 1, 2, 3. So again, I got some folks in the chat, might be new. 1, don't really like it. 2, don't know how to feel about it. Mid, not feeling it. 3, I like it. High praise. So far, what I'm seeing is 3s in the chat for Spencer. All right, so you're all gonna have to suffer through Matt figuring out how to do nonsense, but I'm giving Spencer a 3. Zach had a video. How did the video work? He had a video. Zach, here we go. I'm figuring it out. No audio. Stop with the audio. You're probably playing music I can't play. All right, so Zach is doing some video cutting. I screwed it up, and here we go. Let me back up. So Zach sent a video. He's dressed up as the Dread Pirates Roberts, doing some flippy stuff, cutting a box. He's got some music on that I believe I can't play. Zach might be the reason I have to turn off audio for the stream because of copyrighted music, or maybe not copyrighted. I don't know. Music in general screws everything up. But asked for something cool. Zach decided to send a video of him doing some cuts that I could not pull off. So what's he doing here? Let me review more slowly. Or he's got a messer of some sort. He's doing the behind the flippy flip. He's got 2 cuts. The bottle stays. That is not easy. Those are the softer plastic ones. Like if you're going to pull it off, that's the one to pull it off with. He missed. but he got dressed up for the occasion. Zach, if you put on lipstick, I might have. To me, now, Zach, anyone submitting stuff, extra vote a cool for me. However, the bottles are on the softer side, the stand moves around, and you missed a strike. To me, this is, I'm glad you submitted something, but, and I appreciate, frankly, that you're throwing in an honest interpretation, an honest go of swordsmanship. Now, you didn't bat the stuff around. I'm not saying I could do better. Keep this in mind. But at the same time, when we're going for cool and there are swords on the line, I'm lukewarm on it, personally. This is probably a 2 for me. How is the community of folks feeling? Again, I see some folks online. One, what I'm asking for when you see these videos, one is, I don't really like it. It's shit. To just not for me. 2, don't know how to feel about it. Straight mid. 3, I like it. To I'm over the moon. Throw in chat, what do you think of Zach's video, him doing some stuff? I'm throwing in a 2 myself, but interested to see what chat is throwing out there. Some of you may be encountering a commercial break. I'm not sure. I'm gonna stop for a moment and enjoy this lovely bourbon. I do not drink it. It punches me in the face. I'm about to cough, but I'm not going to. All right. All right. So next we have Jay. Now, Jay, again, this is a channel, a guy who reviews swords on the internet, Jay's Blades and Bullets, and he reviewed the Executioner sword, or did some cool cuts with an Executioner sword. Things I like. He is doing some slow-mo footage. This is a little bit of a pain in the tuchus to do, so I respect that. Also, you know, you keep your swords oiled, you go through a watermelon, and you don't necessarily get to eat the watermelon while you do this. To me, watermelons are like $8 a piece, and I don't want to cut a watermelon and throw chunks of it in the dirt. I want to eat it. I'm too cheap. Look at it. This is watermelon that you're probably not going to eat unless you want to sand your teeth down. Anyway, he's using the Dark Sword Armory Executioner sword. So extra points to Jay using a Dark Sword Armory product. I'm not going to say that a Dark Sword Armory product is going to win. I don't know how I feel about this. I've made efforts, incidentally. Probably should have mentioned this at the top of the hour. I haven't really tried to evaluate how I feel about things since doing this video. I've tried not to do a whole lot of reaction or viewing unless I have to. There's one like long story that I had to read beforehand, but I will anyway. The short gist is I'm kind of reacting to it at the same time. Now, Jay cutting with a Dark Sword Armory sword, you kind of get a +1. Your cuts on melons seem to be pretty solid. The slow-mo, kind of cool. I like it. I generally like the overall cutting of melons and using Dark Sword Armory stuff. This is not, as I think of Emblem Arms, set the bar pretty high. He was one of the first guys to respond, and he tried to recreate a thing. So as I'm gradually forming my opinion, is it cooler to try to recreate a fantasy video game move when maybe you don't have the physique to necessarily stereotypically do that? Or to, you know, I'm going to say that this, in comparison to Emblem Arms, is a 2. Now, Spencer got a 3 as well, and he made some AI art. And Jay cutting stuff with a Dark Sword Armory is a little, this is like a 2.5 to me. What do you guys think? I'm curious. Now, folks joining, short gist is here to bring everyone in, because I know people are coming and going. Dark Sword Armory offered to give some swords away. It's at my discretion. I'm the sole arbiter of what is cool. I asked people to do something that's cool. They submitted some things. I've got 18 folks that submitted things and 6 things to give away. So I'm trying to rate stuff, and I'm curious about community feedback. 3 is I like it, and it can go from I like it to I'm over the moon. 2 is mid. It's meh. I don't know how to feel about it. Somewhere in the middle. That's 2. 1 is I don't like it. 2, it's absolute shit. That is the thing I'm looking for in chat. So just throw a 1, 2, or 3 as I'm going through things. That will help me know if I am crazy or not. His movements were pretty smooth, missed cuts. Overall 3, appreciate it. Samurai Bird, go subscribe to Samurai Bird, incidentally. I Swing Swords. This sounds like a YouTube channel I'm unfamiliar with, but I should probably check out your YouTube channel. All right. And we've got a 2. All right. I get to give decimal points. You don't. So I respect. I'm going to go 2.5. Next one is Gage. What did he do? A thing. God, I wrote him. There we go. All right. Now, Gage submitted a handmade Todd Cutler sword, made the pommel inserts as well. Dagger 2, I put a 15th century Italian harness on it. So here we go. Now, again, the rules of this contest were do something cool. Swords are cool. So a guy customizing swords, looking at this over here, he did the inserts. I like how they're a little off center. Customization is cool. Did the dagger as well. Sword customizations are pretty nifty, my guy. To me, now, I didn't specify the rules. I didn't specify where my mood would be. And frankly, I didn't know. And so to me, in the moment, as I'm evaluating all these things, I'm probably going to go with a 2, 2.5, because sword customizations are pretty awesome. And I like that. And I like that you're doing cool, nifty stuff. But 1, this seems like something you would have done anyway. Not that that's a huge detractor. 2, the workmanship is good, but also not blowing my mind. Not to say I could do better, but not to the point that I am in awe, and I don't have a whole lot of photos to share. Now this looks pretty cool and is sword related, and you got daggers going on, so I'm liking it. But do I like a guy who brought out a 4-pound sword and decided to kick above his head when he has no right to do so? I'm thinking I gotta keep that a little bit higher. Effort as well. I'm gonna say that somebody who went out of their way to do something specifically for the challenge, I gotta prioritize just a bit. So next one, I'm gonna move this back. Yeah. Anyway, for Gage, again, this is the thing. 1, 2, 3. Let me know your thoughts. Sip of bourbon for me. God, it's so good. $30, Costco bourbon, single barrel. It's oily and delicious. If you have Costco in your area, go. Stop watching me. Go there and get some of that deliciousness. Thing. All right. So Kira, no. What did Altari Forge sent a Facebook thing? Sword for marriage. I think this one was pending. Terry Forge. All right. Why am I so bad at this? Terry Forge. Somebody sent me something that they had made, but they made it. Now, when I initially made the make something cool, I didn't specify for this challenge what you were going to do anyway. And I thought it was somewhat implicit that you would do something for the challenge. And I think Terry Forge had made something for his wedding and tried to submit it at the same time. And I said, can you take at least a photo? I'm not sure if it came through or not. So I'm going to move on. Eric Hussein made a video. And I have to find it. This better get me free stuff, Matt Jensen. Respect. Okay, this better get me free stuff, Matt Jensen. Where does he cut it? Does he cut on the free? No, he doesn't cut it. Oh, did he? Did he cut on the free? Do I got to go frame by frame? Did he cut on the free? I think if he cuts on the free, that's pretty cool. Okay. I don't know how to do frame by frame in Windows banana phone. Okay, so it looks like he cuts, and then where's free? I can't see. He's so fast. Eric is he can. Also, dude cuts stuff in his kitchen. Like, look he's got like a toaster oven in his dishwasher. He's got like a cigarette hanging out. Tip of my hat to Eric for just being fucking cool in general. I don't know if this is going to win you anything, Eric, but I appreciate the irony. And I'm gonna raise the glass. So tip of my glass to you. Bourbon. Okay, I'm trying to figure out if you cut the free, because for some reason I think it's cooler if you hit free, and it doesn't. Okay, where does this? So this is the bottom one. It looks like. Like the third thing down? Where's the third thing down? Get. I don't know if Get's gonna get a free one. If you had hit free, Eric, maybe get free. This is tough to read. It's tough to read. Okay, let's watch the whole thing. Oh, he slows it down for me. Thank goodness. I didn't have to do all this nonsense. Okay, so he doesn't cut my name. That's kind of good. Oh, I don't know. Oh, there was almost like a view of what the hell was going on there. Oh, and he does like a Gatori. You're a little off balance there. Come on. Oh, there's like this frame where I don't know. I think it's Get. I think it's on Get. All right. What's he doing? Okay, and then he does the twist, twirl. All right. Generally think it's cool. You've got some flamboyance in your Noto, sir. Respect. Oh, it's got it. Oh, it's through free. It's through. Look, it's through free. I had no idea what was going on here. Eric, you instantly jumped up to a 3. I thought it wasn't through free, but for some reason, I swear I did not watch this in detail before doing this. I thought it was on Get. You're crossed through free. You've circumcised the free. Respect to me. For some reason, this is extra cool. Samurai Bird is on the level over here with 3.5. Well done. Okay. All right. So Eric, you are the first gentleman to receive 3.5. You have crossed 3 for sure. What did you say? Doing in the kitchen ceiling fan. Yeah, Eric, ballsy. What has he got to? He needs a wheelbarrow to contain all those balls rolling around. Oh, that bourbon is yummy. All right, Lyra. Let's see, what do we got? Okay. Raven Blade reviews. I'm gonna shoot this over here. No, damn it. I don't know where full screen. No. Blah. Okay. So this gentleman here has opted to make a harness for a sword. And so that is what he's got going on. So he's saying, hey, I don't move swords good. I don't know if that's exactly what he said. I did watch his video beforehand, and it's been a hot minute because I'm super lazy at doing this, but he's developed a harness to be able to draw a nifty sword. He's got a zombie tool situation, and he's saying, hey, people don't make sword harnesses for people like me, so I made one my damn self, and I got to respect that. And he's showing it and showing how he can draw it, and that is pretty nifty to me. So this looks like it would chafe me a little bit, but it also looks like if I broke a sword, it would mildly prevent it from come back and stabbing me in the heart in one direction. So that's nifty. And I'm sorry I'm cutting out the audio, but we have a gentleman here who has said, nobody makes a thing for me. Fuck it, I'll do it myself. And to me, that's pretty fucking cool, honestly. So I'm gonna say this is a 3 for me, because the world doesn't necessarily do everything for everyone, and I am tits on a board useless when it comes to making shit that is better. For people that go out of their way and say nobody makes something for me, I'm gonna do it my goddamn self. That's pretty fucking pretty nice to me. This is a 3 to me. I like people that go out of their way and take care of themselves. That's awesome to me. But I understand if that isn't the same for everyone. To me, that's how it looks. Is this the most groundbreaking thing? No. It's some straps on a scabbard to mount it up. But the thing is, when life is saying, hey, go fuck yourself, we don't make things for you, it's pretty easy to say, well, I guess I won't have fun with all of you. I think it's pretty cool to say, you know what, I'm going to do it my goddamn self. I think the panache there is respectable. So to me, that's a 3. I like it. Now, Eric cutting through the free is technically cooler. Emblem Arms, I as well like making a whole video about recreating Prince of Persia. Never played the game, but I respect the kick above your head in your backyard on wet grass. And Spencer using AI to recreate my glossy forehead comically, I appreciate. So those are some others. I'd put this at like maybe a 2.9, but I'm gonna go 3. I like it. I respect the get up and get it. All right, next I've got another video. I think. Do I have another video? No. Yes. Forgive me. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. This is my DSA longsword of me. I think I screwed up. This was cool sword things from Raven Blade Reviews. Did I? Yeah, I skipped one because I'm bad at the internet. All right, we got another one. So Raven Blade Reviews gets the 3. This TBD. All right, so we've got gentleman, bow, sword, outfit, goofy ass archer's cap, Robin Hood style, holding princess, front of playground at school. Could get in trouble for holding this on school grounds. Ballsy. This is my DSA. He's got a DSA sword. He made the hanger system, paired it with a Todd Cutler reproduction Rondel dagger. And he's got his daughter in front of playground. I think it's cool because I have also maybe worn swords to a playground. I try to avoid school grounds though because I might get arrested in the area that I live in. So that's what's going on for me. So I'm on the fence here. Daddy, daughter, that's a sentimental heart punch for me. I have a daughter. She is very not too distant from 17 at the moment and does not look like that anymore. But I do remember browsing around in garb that is inappropriate and, well, not socially normal. And maybe she dressed up like a princess and I dressed up like a samurai and we wandered around Home Depot. And that hits me in the feels. So I'm not sure how to feel. I'm kind of feeling a 2 on this one. I'm in the middle. What community chat? What are you guys thinking? We've got Samurai Bird 2, Jeremy 2. All right. I'm leaning towards a 2 on this one, but I respect the brandy coming out. Oh, so good for a daddy who dresses up and brings his daughter out. Respect to you, sir. All right, By the Sword. By the Sword, you're in chat right now. You lucky son of a gun. Let's see if I can find this thing. Okay. What did you do? I'm not knowing what this is uncomfortable already. How do we? Okay. You can take your clothes off. Or is there dick in this? Is there peen? Is there peen? Okay. Nothing's happening right now though. So that's good. Maybe there's nothing to be concerned about. The short's not playing. Do I have to join a membership or something? Okay. Do I have the By the Sword on video? I don't think so, because I'm showing you my cards in the background. I don't think so. As I think he sent me this video as well, but now I can't. It's members only. Are you By the Sword? Respect to an OnlyFans dick pic, sword pic related. I have to admire the hustle here. I want to say I watched this beforehand, and it was a man in Gambison on a bearskin rug, enticing you to take a look at his bits, But now he's restricted this to members only. Was it related to the timing of the stream? I don't know, but I have to respect the hustle. This I have to reload. Okay, By the Sword. Okay. We've got candles now. Fortunately, By the Sword is in chat and actively working. Okay, we've got By the Sword on a bearskin rug. Again, I've pulled off audio. I believe his wife has caught him, and he's hiding his pornography. That is, incidentally, just asking for a friend. If you are browsing sword porn on the internet and your wife walks in, how many of you are pretty solid at closing? Like how do you avoid it? Because he's covering it up on the blanket, but over the fireplace with candles lit, I'm going to say that covering it up is not. I'm going to say your better half is going to know what's up. I'm going to say your better half is going to know you're not hiding anything. You better go put the dishes from the dishwasher away because you owe this woman something. That's what I'm going to say. But I'm curious. How do you guys hide your sword porn? Do you alt tab? Do you close the window? Do you have 1-800-Flowers up on an alternate tab? What do you do? Now, by the sword going bearskin rug in front of the fireplace, I'm not going to say I don't have a boner. This is I think I just have to give a 3 out of respect. I think I do. I think I do. He didn't have Burt Reynolds' peen hole hanging out, but I got to respect the hustle. Right on the rug. I mean, if he had laid down a bearskin rug, I might have gone harder. Or if he had gone straight balls out. But then YouTube would have blocked him. Hard to say. Okay. I'm gonna give that a 3 though myself. To me, I love the comedy of it is respect. What am I doing? Come on, internet. All right. Who's next? Figuring it out. Imagine you guys absolutely love watching me figure it out. It's a photo. Skull stiletto. There we go. Found it. Okay. All right. Beginning the share. So here we go. It's got a stiletto he made. Skull. We got a pirate ship going on. Now, is this cool? Yes, this is something cool. So all of the things that I'm sharing actually qualify. If you are in this video, you have made something cool, and congratulations are in order. However, the competition, despite the minimal amount, is quite steep. Emblem Arms was the first to respond with a long-form video where he tried to kick above his head using a 4-pound sword. That set the bar really high. So is this cool? Yes, but skull photo. I'm not. To me, this is. It's not that I don't like it, but it doesn't. It doesn't show the same panache or effort. It's got a cool stiletto in it. It's got a skull. It's got a pirate ship. There's some nifty things going on here, but to me, this is one of the lower effort pieces. Not knowing enough about the situation. Did you make the skull, the pirate ship? I'm not sure. It's possible he told me, and I just don't know. But that's my feeling. All right. Video. What do we got? Next is. God, I can't read. Drawing. All right. Next one is complicated, I think. No. Where are you? All right. So the next one. Let me see what I have in notes here. I made a drawing in CAD, generated code to engrave it in a CNC mill, then brazed brass to engraving to create inlay. That's all I copied, but there's some more stuff going on here. So he's got a snake eating its tail, some nifty stuff. He's got some work going on here. I don't know what that is, but it's complicated. That looks pretty cool. He's got it on a katana-ish blade. He's got it on the pickup truck, which is Respect CAD going on. So this is a mid-project situation, but you know, why is it being poopy? There we go. So I don't think I gave you all a good enough chance to really feel it out. Let me try to get it back going on here. All right, so this is a mid-project sword. So what I'll say is that this doesn't feel like something that was made for this challenge, but a cool thing that was already in process prior to challenge. And we've got a nifty katana. Now, I will say, as a katana snob, there are some things going on with the katana that seem not quite katana-ish, but I respect the effort. The Usurime with angle grinder, respect. Not that I could do better, but the Suba with or whatever it's going to be, I think a Suba. That looks pretty. I don't know. It seems kind of neat to me. Respect. I would probably go 2, marginally better than a 2. The 2.5 would be. I respect the work in progress. That's my take. All right, John. Let's find some more. Okay, so we have more people joining. Just to give chat again some updates. A while ago, I made a Dark Sword Armory video. There was a Mother of Dragon sword. The Dark Sword Armory folks said that they would give some swords away, and I made this not contest thing, and I get to be the sole arbiter of what is cool and not. And I offered, make something cool, and maybe you'll earn something cool in return. Folks submitted things. There's 18 things. We're at 15 in 12. I don't know. We're at some point in the thing because I've been drinking too much bourbon and have a low tolerance. And I am deciding what is cool with the audience's help. That's what's going on. My ask for you, viewer, is if you don't like it, 1. If you are mid on it, 2. If you do like it, 3. 3 can be, I like it, 2, I'm over the moon. 1 can be, I don't really like it, 2, it's absolute garbage. And 2 is somewhere in the middle. Throw that in chat as you see me put stuff on. All right. So, next, we got another, I think. Now, I don't know about this one. So, I believe this is not AI, I think. So, we've got old, I think, Matt here in a much more handsome looking face than I actually deserve. I recognize here one of my favorite swords. This is a viewer here. We've got my sword, which is let me get it. So somebody has taken one of my favorite sword, my bamboo mat katana. He's respect for getting this thing. Let me pull this up here. So this is a slightly odd thing about one of my favorite swords and just how it's tied, and he captured that well. Also, down here we've got Swirly Mitsudome. Now this is a sword that has been in view for a hot minute. What else do we have? We've got Swirly Mitsudome 1, 2, I don't see swirly Mitsudomes in here. Missed opportunity. Mitsudome on the crest of the armor. Mitsudome on the codpiece? No. Now, this is a missed opportunity. There could have been a giant codpiece that was just protruding a mammoth erection. But while it's missing a giant erection-y codpiece, I do have... let me zoom in on this a little bit here. We've got the Kojiri down here, which is also very similar. He's got the full Handachi fittings on my favorite sword with a backstrap. So respect. And he's got the Mother of Dragons. There is no dragon being slain, and there is a missing giant erection-y codpiece. But the addition of back-mounted Japanese swords with Mitsudomes, skinnier face than I deserve, and Mother of Dragon sword implemented, I respect. Respect. Also, a mix of samurai and European armor. Kind of nifty. I'm digging it. This is pretty nifty to me. Solid 3 in my opinion. Not because it is a skinny interpretation of me, but because Mitsudomes and Mother of Dragon sword brought in, and use of armor. And I don't think it's AI. Not that I didn't disqualify AI. So if you used AI, it's not the end of the world to me. That's just, it's a different paintbrush to me, an easier one to use, admittedly, potentially. It requires certainly less effort to really hone in the skill, but admittedly, this is pretty nifty. Okay, so to me, this is a 3. Now, I want to quantify the effort here. I'm showing pictures versus projects versus things. To me, when I see the Mother of Dragon sword and a Matthew Jensen, this is a thing that was made for this project, which elevates it a little bit to me. So I gotta put that in. Anyway, yeah, there we go. What are our folks saying? I see a 3. Bought the bamboo mat because of you. And I bought the matching wakizashi on your eBay. Did I sell wakizashi? I don't even remember what I've owned in the past. That's how many swords I've had. I don't even remember if I've had a bamboo. If you asked me if I had a bamboo mat wakizashi, I would say no. But it sounds like I sold one, which I believe. Joe Smith. Joe. Do I have a Joe? Nate. That was Joe Smith that I reviewed. Okay, Nate. Photo. Nate. Okay, Nate's got a cool thing. Yes, I missed a part. Yeah, that's me. I must have you a bamboo mat wakizashi. Okay. Yes, that is my eBay. So Nate has a pencil drawing, and we've got a dragon. We've got a Mother of Dragons. We've got a pencil sketch going on here, and lots of little squiggly bits. Now, when I made the original video, for those of you that may or may not recall, I said potentially extra points if you put Yael slaying a dragon. So I'm going to assume this is Yael. We've got the Mother of Dragon sword. We've got slaying a dragon, and it looks like he's going down. I don't see like a loose scale here. How's the Mother of Dragons going to penetrate? Perhaps with its magical penetration +5 ability. That looks like a lot of work to me. Got lots of little squiggly bits and scales. No use of AI. Mother of Dragons. Now, point out here, the Mother of Dragons has like one little head that's curved in, one little bit that's not. It's a little off center. And I think you've got the proportions mostly right. And we got a little, I mean, props. To me, This is a 3. I appreciate the effort. We've got a dragon. We've got some of the cheat codes I requested. Could it be better? Yes. But could I do better? Not even a little. I can kind of also see like the action, the way the hips are posed and whatnot. I see how the dragon is moving. There's some certainly refinement that could be done, but there's a lot of effort, as is respect. To me, I'm gonna say this is a 3. I like it. So, chat, for those of you joining, I don't want to keep reiterating. 1, you don't like it. 3, you like it. 2, you're pretty mid. If you are just joining, I don't know, review a part where I explained in more detail, but that's the gist of what's going on. I can't draw for shit, but somebody else who maybe can says nice posing, like the pencil shading. I have no idea, but it does. I mean, there's a fair bit of detail in here. I mean, the scales go one way here, another way there. Positioning of the horns. There's some positioning that is very strong. The hand seems a little weak. This one loses depth a little bit. This hip is right here, but this one is a little bit not. Overall, though, I'm being very picky about something that is absolutely and unequivocally better than I can. And you got little things like, the armor straps here. There's more right than wrong, I think. So to me, it's a 3. All right, so I should move along and find the next thingy. Here. Okay. This one, I believe, involves some AI stuff. Not sure. Again, I didn't disqualify AI. I know some folks are going to say like, well, you can't use AI and compare it to somebody who doesn't. I can, because I didn't specify which paintbrush you can use. I just said do something cool and I will judge you. I like the dragon mask. Targaryen look, admittedly. We've got the Mother of Dragons, and we've got the kind of like the right look here anyway. What I don't see is the hollow grinding. If I'm going to hold you to a high standard, I don't see any indication of hollow grind, but I do see the general shape of the bits, losing it a little on the boots. Got some scale. Nifty. It's bigger, I think, than the Mother of Dragons. This is like a arming sword versus a short sword version of the sword. I like it. Yeah. How do I feel about it? I'm kind of feeling 2.5. And I don't know if this is AI or how much involved. Maybe it's not. If it isn't, then I want to rate it higher. If it's not AI, I feel like it's above a 3. If it's using AI, then I have to factor that in, and I would bring it down slightly below a 3. I didn't say not, but I wouldn't say I wouldn't judge you for using it. That's David, 1.5. Why 1.5? To me, I certainly like it. I definitely would move this towards the like. It is absolutely a 2 for me. I'm curious, David, what is a 1.5 for you? I got to respect the human effort, but to me, AI is another paintbrush, like it elevates what you're going to do, right? If you're a dude using a chisel and you're building a house and you've got a handsaw and a chisel, I'm expecting one thing. But if you've got access to power tools and bandsaws, I'm expecting another. Anyway, curious about the 1.5. It's very basic. Okay. I don't know. It seems I've tried using AI. I suck at it, I guess. I haven't done it. To me, I think there's an AI element here. I could be wrong, but it's still, as I think of right out of the gate, Emblem Arms doing some kicks above his head. This is cool. The target, I like it, but I'm gonna probably put a 2.5. I do like the posing. It seems like it could be in a video game though. Like if you had like a Game of Thrones video game, this seems like a character you would play, like a knight you would recruit in a Game of Thrones video game. Like it's very solid. Yeah, I think it's quite solid. I'm gonna do 2.5, 3. I'm on the fence. So if there's a on the fence situation later where I need to reference, then I know. All right. Okay. So another thing I got was a story. And I'm not going to read it for you because it's 6 pages. It's not particularly the end of the world. Let me find sword. There was something about sword. There was a sword is everything. Anyway, this isn't fair because you can't give a great estimation of how much you like something if I don't read it to you. It's not the same as a photo that you can consume. But somebody wrote a 6-page story and left me on a little bit of a cliffhanger, admittedly, and said that it was part of a world that they were building. So that gives me the impression that this is not necessarily a story for this, but also not necessarily not a story for this exercise. And there are some nifty things in here. I highlighted the word sword just to bring up. I'll die knowing what I can really do with a sword. World of Cardboard be damned. That wasn't the coolest thing that I read. Anyway, a 6-page story. It has a fair bit going on. I don't think I can paste it in YouTube comments for you to read. And even because I'm dyslexic, highlighted. I don't think they did this for me, but also because maybe they are also dyslexic. They highlighted people speaking, made it much easier for me to read. Their writing style is tough for me to read. Brandon Sanderson makes things easy. I am making my way through the final book of The Wheel of Time, and Robert Jordan is punching me in the brain sometimes to read. I've gotten used to it over 14 books, but this one was a little bit of a shift for me. I didn't find it particularly easy to read, but it was a solid story and good, and it left me curious about what else is going on. So 6 pages of information relating to a story on sword. Again, not really fair for me to throw out for chat. To me, this represents a pretty substantial amount of effort and also creativity. And it's in a different level, but is it cool? Absolutely. It's a 3 for me. I'm going to move on for the next one. Now, unfortunately, while I did ask, give me something that I can share on YouTube. Some folks included music I can't share or made things that were debatably prohibitively long. Me reading out a story it's not that 6 pages is the end of the world, but it's the only one I think that stands out that isn't like a photo or a thing that is really easy to share. But I did read it and it is good. So I will leave it at that. And since I said I'm the sole arbiter of what is cool, I will put it there. All right. Move on to the next one. Liam. Okay. Right. So Liam did something pretty neat, and he did a oil painting of the Dark Sword Armory stiletto that was up for grabs, and he made a YouTube video, which I will. I haven't done this for everyone, so again, not fair. Edit, copy, and post it in chat here. I haven't done this for everyone, but I'm doing it here. He made a kind of how he did it, and let's skip to the end. He does some cool stuff, but he's got an oil painting, and he's doing work and making a YouTube video, and in the end, he's got this pretty fucking badass looking picture of the Dark Sword Armory stiletto in question, which to me is fucking awesome. I mean, one, it absolutely qualifies as cool. I told you that nothing in this list did not qualify as cool, but it is absolutely and unequivocally to me a cool picture. He's got a canvas. He spent a painstaking amount of time making a painting of the stiletto in question, and I think he did a pretty passable job. This to me is high effort for this contest, and very specifically quite awesome. That is my estimation. All right. And then who else did I miss? All right. Ryan, I think this is an angel sword. Now, Ryan did a pretty solid freaking cut here. And he did it with an angel sword, which is extra cool to me. Now, I will point out, it looks like this mat, it might have been a throwaway. Don't know if there was a failed attempt prior, but this looks like a whoopsie doodle scallopy cut already in the mat. So he does a reverse edge. Oh, come on. Participate with me. Okay, so what? So we're at like a 25-degree angle here. I know European swords are people get a little less sensitive. I don't know. Anyway, when I see cutting, I like to see it at 45 degrees. This zip through, excellent cut, good edge alignment. I like to see 45 degrees. Arbitrary reason because Japanese swordsmanship. Don't know if I should harp on it. So he comes around, gets the cut up top here. The mat is still standing. So it is cut here, it is cut here, and it is still mostly vertical. Well done, sir. He's coming around with a one hand and cuts it again. So 3 cuts. And I will also, I don't know how wide this mat is. This looks like a 6x6 post, which would make me assume that this is a triple wrapped. I don't think this is a double. I think this is a triple wrapped tatami. So this is with a European sword, an angel sword. He's got reverse edge, angle, meh. Second try, meh. But the three solid cuts pulled off. To me, this is a solid 3. This is a very solid, cool cutting feat. I would struggle to do it. That's there's that. All right, who else have I not shown? Got a little bit more going on with the engraving for a previous project. And then Andy. Now, Delatrex Swords has also fellow YouTuber. This could very easily be a Dark Sword Armory sword going on, slaying a dragon, as was asked. And I believe he is doing some digital art with a pencil. So what I'm seeing here, look at armored glove, slaying a sword. I like the through the tongue as well. All right. Now, in comparison, though, when I look at some other folks that have submitted things, the canvas painting of the thing, a little bit better, more effort, more fun, I guess. The other, this is not AI, though. I believe he is not using AI, so I have to account for that. If I compare it to the other AI, it falls a little bit short in terms of like using the Mother of Dragon stuff, but it is a dragon. It is slaying a dragon. It has some fun, cool stuff, some general artistic fun, and it is hand drawn. And so to me, to me, this goes in the category of a 3 too, because of the effort that goes into it. That's me. Chat, Delatrex Swords, what are your thoughts? We've got what looks like a two-handed sword. I don't know, maybe it's the angle, but then the blade turns very short. And Andy does historical proportions. So what is going on here with this giant-handled sword? I guess it's turned back a little bit because this quillin's very big, and then it goes very small. So maybe it's like looking down in a way that is the goofy, and the dragon looks like an elephant alligator mixture. But it is drawn by hand, which is I cannot do. That I have to account for the human element of it. You don't have to. I am choosing to because reasons, sole arbiter of what is cool. To me, this is cool. To me, it gets a 3. That's my personal interpretation. Let's see. You can see it's drawn, even if it's certainly. Well, tip of my hat. I use Emblem Arms. I'm glad you can join. You set the bar very high. You're one of the first people to respond. I have you on my little spreadsheet of people that are responding, and you tried to recreate a thing from a video game. I thought it was fucking awesome. And also, I saw one of your kicks get very high. I'm going to go back to your video. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this off, and I'm going to go, and I'm going to find your high kick, just so everyone here can see your ludicrously high kick. All right. Where are you? Here we go. Emblem Arms is in the room. Okay. So he's reviewing. He's saying, I'm going to do a video game, something. I'm paraphrasing for you, obviously. 4 minutes of paraphrasing. And he's got a big ass sword that and the Dark Sword Armory sword is, the Alexandria is no slouch in terms of a sword. All right. Wow. That was not a high kick. Let me find. I'm sure you love me looking at you doing your twirlies, but I'm gonna. Come on. I saw a thing go high. Also, I can't do this. I would tip over, and the grass doesn't look super dry. All right. Well done. Cartwheel. Okay. Respect. That's your feet were high. Okay. Youth. Okay. Show off. There we go. Oh, no, that one was not high. That was not good. I could have done that. There we go. Oh, look at this. Look at this leg. You're lucky your dick didn't pop out. Look at that. There's almost a breach in the coccylar area. Well done, sir. Look at this. Look at this. Here's head. Here's foot, head higher. And your dick didn't pop out. And I'm just saying, out of the gate, this is a high bar. Now, you might not look at this and say high bar, but to me, this is a fucking high bar. Okay. I can't do it. There was no dick poppage. There's a sword in the hand. The foot is above the head, and the shape does not indicate that any of that should be possible. Fucking awesome. That's set the bar very high, sir. Okay, so that is all of the participants that have entered. It was 19, 18, so I don't know. It was some number of people. What do we have? So Emblem Arms, right out of the gate, set the bar very high with this video. That is one. Spencer, let's go back. Spencer. So I'm gonna hold up Emblem Arms. I'm gonna hold him here. Spencer Cummings. He submitted two, but I'm gonna go with the one that I thought was the coolest, which is granted AI and highlights my glorious forehead. All right, so we're gonna do a I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 threes. Got 11 things at threes and 6 things to give away. So if you are a 3, you're kind of immediately in the running. That's the gist. So to me, I can't immediately eliminate this because of the glaring forehead. We've got stepping on it. This is everything I asked for in AI art. Granted, the person that sent it also said it's AI, but I didn't disqualify. But this is some weird amalgamation between Yael and I. We've got the droopy eyes, the giant forehead, the mother of dragon sword. Generally, it's not quite right. It doesn't have a dragon head exactly, but it's stepping on a dragon. It's pretty solid. So, chat, where are we going? Emblem Arms or Sword Friend Spencer? Who wins? To me, I think the effort for Emblem Arms is the victor. That's me. All right, so let's do, in terms of voting, let's do Emblem Arms. If you think Emblem Arms is the victor, throw a 1 in chat. If you think Sword Friend Spencer, this guy with this giant highlight of my glossy forehead. I want to zoom in as hard as I can here because like AI really highlighted the gloss that is my forehead. I have to account for the highlight of gloss. I mean, that is something AI could easily look over. All right, I'm seeing Emblem Arms as the winner. Okay. All right. Respect. Emblem Arms is standing out on top. All right. Next we have Eric Hussein. Let me find his video. He sent it to me. Shit. There we go. All right, Eric Hussein. Now, to me, this was the where is it? He cut through the free. There we go. Eric Hussein cut through the free, I better get free shit. The meme culture of it is pretty solid. All right, so we're going to do position 1, Spencer versus Emblemar, Spencer, Swordfish Spencer versus Eric Hussein. Spencer is 1, Eric is 2. Who wins? Who is above? Who is the next cut? To me, cutting through the free, the effort that it takes to do this is a tricky cut. He also wrote it intelligibly, and Eric gets very high, and I can read all of this. So that is also effort. Spencer is 1, Eric is 2. Throw it in chat. Who do you think wins? Glossy forehead, AI art, or effort and cutting? Either way, brandy sipping is happening. Okay, I'm seeing Eric. I'm gonna have to agree. The skill versus AI. I have to give it to the human element, and I don't think Spencer would disagree. Next, we have this video. Let me get it going on. All right, next we've got Raven Blade reviews. So Eric versus Blade reviews here. Raven's Blade reviews. This gentleman, I'm going to post this in chat here. So I have it. I'm going to post this in chat. It's posted. All right. So he made an apparatus to cut some cool shit and got his Decapitan from Zombie Tools mounted. I'm trying to find but he went and made some cool shit for himself. Respect. All right. So Eric is 1. Eric and his cool cutting through the free symbol, and Raven's Blade reviews. Raven Blade reviews is number 2. 1 for Eric, 2 for Raven Blade reviews. All right. Pretty resounding, solid victory for Eric. Okay. By the Sword. All right. So By the Sword graciously shared this short with us again. And we have him on a bearskin rug. Now, I don't know whether to appreciate that his dick isn't out or not, or that he's totally hiding his porn. Your pommel is out here, by the way, sir. Your pommel is out. When you go to do the cover, look at this. Pommel out. That's like having your dick out. Like if you're mid-jerk when your wife walks in, girlfriend, I don't know, whoever happens to walk in on you, and you quickly try to like cover up. You zip up, and then like the beans go above the frank. I don't know. Like I see pommel here. I see pommel. This is I see him very graciously touching. I don't know. Okay, so we are going. I need a recommendation for Raven Blade reviews. The gentleman that made his own Decapitan scabbard is number 1, and By the Sword is number 2. I need you to vote for me, chat. Throw 1 in the chat for Raven Blade reviews. Throw 2 in the chat for By the Sword and his pommel hanging out. Look at this smile, though. He looks like he wants to be caught. You cheeky boy. You cheeky boy. Oh, that brandy is so good. Okay. So By the Sword By the sword is a solid win. All right. Who else is in here? I don't know why I can't find. There we go. All right, so I'm going to share this. All right, so drawing. As far as I know, not AI related. We've got what looks like potentially me on a day where I am not drinking. We've got my favorite sword. We've got Mitsudomes everywhere. We've got the Mother of Dragons. Let's. Oh shit. All right, so I need a. I need some indication of where this should go. What do you think? Is this a... Who should I compare it to? All right, well, let's first go with Raven's Blade Reviews, the gentleman that made the scabbard. For those of you watching, he made the scabbard system for himself. 1 for Raven Blade Reviews, 2 for this one here. John Smith. I might have sucked at writing things down, but which one? Now I have to, I respect a guy who's going out and making stuff that works for himself and finding a way to include himself in sword community. I also respect a guy who puts swirly Mitsudomes everywhere and makes the Mother of Dragon sword happen inside the request here. So to me, I probably lean with this one because it's got my favorite sword, Swirly Mitsudomes, and the Mother of Dragon. It checks a few boxes for me. So to me, this one would be the preferred. Okay. All right. So then we have to compare this one to By the Sword. So who? Let me see. Oh, can I do By the Sword at the same time? Did I close it out already? How do I get By the Sword going? I should just keep this on my background all the time. All right. So By the Sword, let's do 1 for his pommel showing, pornography hiding, and Sword Friend Joan with Swirly Mitsudomes and Mother of Dragons for 2. By the Sword hiding his pommel from his wife in front of the fireplace. She definitely didn't know what you were doing. Or classy drawing with shades of poop. Well, we've got some tearing here. Okay, we've got different. Okay, but okay. Well, these are going to stay kind of tied for position for me at the moment. But I do respect By the Sword and his glossy dome. And I also am very grateful. I love this little pommel hiding out here. It's like the tip of your dick hanging out where you're like, no, I wasn't doing anything. Like, why is your dick out? It's not out. Just the tip doesn't count. Yeah, there's a lot. I think it's almost better without audio, honestly. Anyway, okay. All right. Nate. Let's go back. Oh, I suck at doing this. Nate. Okay. All right. Nate. Okay, so I have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and potentially a 6. What I need to know, I suppose, since we were mostly leaning towards by the sword, is this better than Raven Blade Reviews? If we look at this guy, we've got a dragon, we've got the Mother of Dragons, we've got hand-drawn art. Let's do Raven Blade Reviews, gentleman who made himself a scabbard, versus pencil drawing here, and we've got handmade art, Mother of Dragons, slaying a dragon. We can assume Yael or not, depending on your preference. Which would you go with? Let's go 1 for Raven Blade Reviews. Let's go 2 for Sword Friend Nate and the pencil drawing. Throw it in chat to let me know your thoughts. All right. I like how there's a little bit of a mix going on here. A little bit of a mix. Respect. I'm not sure which way to go here. Now, I do want to throw some extra points towards this pencil drawing because Raven Blade Reviews may have made a scabbard anyway to make a to get his Decapitan in a way that he could swing around. But to make something specifically for this challenge, I have to throw some extra props at myself. Now, I said include anything cool. I also said I'm the sole arbiter, and I gave some cheat codes in there. If Yael were in there saying Dark Sword Armory is made in Canada and stabbing the dragon, that would have been extra awesome. But it was not. But there is a pencil drawing, and it's pretty nifty. All right, story. So the story is one that's going to be tough to compare. What do you guys think? So pencil drawing versus 6-page story of a larger project. What are you guys feeling about the story? Let's go 1 for pencil drawing, 2 for story. Which one are you leaning towards? I'll read a brief excerpt. There was a gurgle, then a snap. The elongated fang rose belly up like a dying fish from the bloodied mucus inside the shore of Moon's pale hand. I don't think this is your set. They took away the fangs from Viola's face and slightly depressing the wound from their thumb. I'm just having a dyslexic guy try to read the stuff live on the internet is probably the worst possible option. But 1 for drawing, 2 for story. If you respect the medium of the written word, this might be a little biased. Got to support the writers out there. John, 2 for curiosity, respect. All right. Okie dokie. We've got a little bit of a mixture here. Story. We are on a slight tie for. It's not good to read the first 3 sentences either. Stories are notorious. This is not a fair comparison. Like with a guy who's making a scabbard, you can kind of get the understanding of what's going on. With a picture, you can consume it all. I did not think this through particularly well. The story is pretty solid, though, and I have an appreciation for the written word. So I'm, at the same time, it does make my brain hurt a little bit to read it. It's a good story. I'm just not probably smart enough. Dragons and stabbing them in the face. Little simpler. High effort, but also, yeah, okay. I'm winding down. Who else? We have 3 more entries who are a 3. Liam. All right. So, Liam, gentleman who has made the oil painting of the Darksword Armory. To me, this is very, very solid. This is an incredibly solid one. Just for the medium that I'm showing it in, he has made a video which is expedited and very easy for me to show you. He has an incredible amount of artistic talent that I certainly do not have. He added texture and elements that are unique in a way that I would not have necessarily. I would like to hang this on my wall. This is a fucking cool painting. And how he made it and what he did, all these little elements and how he integrated it, I think is very solid. So I think this one is going to move up the ranks and maybe help change things a little bit. Well, what do you guys think? What do you guys think? What position should this one be in? We have we have 6 possible positions. This is a little bit of a change. I've asked you to compare 1 and 2. That's what I've been doing so far. What position do you think this one deserves? Throw it in chat. Where do you think this deserves to lie on the scale of the options out there? Because to me, it's not Darksword Armory, it's not Yell, it's not Slaying a Dragon, but it is a Darksword Armory product. Since they're the one giving stuff away, I gotta tip my hat to the folks at Darksword Armory sponsoring sort of in a way this kind of thing. The skill involved in doing this kind of stuff, that putting it all out there, the human element of it. I got a lot of respect for this one. Where do you think it should go? All right. We've got a 3, position 3. Keep those opinions coming, muchachos. All right. Coming back in here. All right. And then Sword Friend Andy. Sharing this one again. As I compare to some of the other folks out there, I think Andy's out of the running. That's my this is a respect. We've got a sword, we've got shading. He's a more accomplished artist than I certainly am. But proportions of the sword and what's going on here, I think as I look at Emblem Arms and the flippy high kick, as I look at the oil painting, the story, the even the AI art, as with Darksword Armory and my giant forehead, I think this one's out for me. I'm not even going to ask. I don't get me wrong. This probably shows favoritism. If I just wanted to give this to my friends, I would win. Andy would win, right? But I'm gonna say that in comparison to some of the other ones out there, what I think is cool, neat as this one is, and as much respect as I have for the capability, it's out there for me. Brian was the last one that I had as a 3. If you disagree, go ahead and call me a shithead in the comments. Shithead in the comments. Go ahead and throw that in there if you think I'm wrong. Shithead, all caps, please. I don't know how you make a middle finger in the chat, but if you can figure it out, then throw those in there too. Ryan. Ryan was the awesome cutting. So I'm going to throw this in there. So who is in kind of sixth place right now? That was the project. No. Currently, yes. Do I know what's going on? You'd think I do, but maybe I don't. No, it's a story. All right, so I need some help, chat. Ryan versus story. Not a fair comparison, but honestly, maybe a fair comparison because this, he makes it look very simple and it is not. So the written word versus cutting with an angel sword and doing a dramatically cool cut. 1 for Swordford and Ryan, 2 for the story. All right, we've got Swordford and Ryan. All right. All right. So to narrow things down. All right. I'm going to bring up some YouTube videos here. I'm awesome at how all this works. I'm very prepared for this video, and I definitely know how all the things. Okay. All right, so we have Raven Blade reviews, and we have oil painting from Swordford and Liam. Which one are we going with? I'm going to go oil painting myself, and that is the answer. But I am curious on chat. I respect the oil painting of a Dark Sword Armory product, the integration here. I'm gonna elevate the oil painting. Throw 1 in the chat for Raven Blade reviews. Throw a 2 in the chat for I can't. Oh my God! But the oil painting. Oil painting. All right. In the background, I am updating some stuff and trying to keep my world sorted a little bit. All right. So unfortunately, all right. So Liam, Nate, who's, no, that's not Nate. Nate. There we go. All right. So, no, that's not Nate. Stop it. No, stop it. There we go. All right. So we've got Liam versus Nate. Okay. Pencil drawing versus oil painting. Pencil drawing is position 2. Oil painting number 1. If Sword for Nate versus. No, Sword for Nate is the pencil drawing. Liam is the oil painting. Oil painting number 1, pencil drawing number 2. Oil versus pencil. Who is the victor? I might be too drunk to keep doing this. I mean, I already know the answer because I told you I'm all the sole arbiter. I do care about the feedback, though. It has helped refine things. Do not think your feedback means nothing. At the same time, I have to adhere to the original rules, which is my feedback. My personal opinion is the primary winner here. All right. To me, not just because there's a video. I did ask for something that I could show on YouTube, and I mean, I'm going with subtle hints, but the competition is rather stiff here. I think the oil painting is better. It shows the Dark Sword Armory product. They both do, but I want to hang the stiletto picture on my wall. I think that stiletto picture from Sword from Liam is very, very solid. So next we've got Joan versus oil painting. So who is the victor? So oil painting, number 1. Sword from Joan, number 2. Joan has my favorite sword, as well as swirly Mitsudomes everywhere. To me personally, the oil painting is the victor. How do I more be doing? Hey, stop it. There we go. Let's get oil painting. Okay. All right. So then we've got to go with, where is By the Sword in this sexiness? All right. So now, well, shit. There we go. Oil painting or hiding from pornography. Who be winning? Who be winning? Funny as the dick poking out is, I got to respect the oil painting. I want that oil painting on my wall, and that is what is calling out to me a little bit in terms of cool factor. I mean, funny video, very solid. I'm going to throw it in chat. If you're not subscribed to By the Sword, please subscribe. Here is the link to the short. Very solid. Okay. So all right. Next challenge. So we have oil painting versus glossy forehead. Now, one is AI, one is skill. This is not fair, but one has the cheat codes that I added, which may or may not factor in. Do I want both hanging on my wall? I do not want to stare at myself That nose is maybe too accurate, as are the bags under the eyes, as is the glossy forehead. I can see that in the mirror when I look every day. I don't think I want to stare at myself in the forehead. I do not think I would hang it on my wall. But would you hang it on your wall if you were a fan of the Matthew Jensen? 1, for the oil painting. 2, for the AI use of art. Seems like the oil painting is winning. Okay. Well, not really a big problem here. Okay, so because fortunately there are stilettos and one kind of grandiose prize. So really the what do I need to know is judged by who is the absolute best and who is in the running for the 6. And I am bad at using Google Docs, apparently. Jeebus. Okay. Eric. That is who is next. No, that is not what I was looking for. Eric sent me something. There we go. Bam. Okay, so oil painting versus Eric meme culture cutting. Now, I do want to point out, I gave extra points to Eric for cutting through free. I said that makes him a 3 because he cut through free. I don't know that if he didn't cut through free, it would be a 3 for me. For some reason, I latched onto that, and he cut through the free symbol. I think I gotta give it to the skill of the oil painting, though. Just the diligence and time and whatnot spent. I gotta go oil painting on this one. But I'm curious for thoughts. 1, for the oil painting. 2, for Eric cutting free stuff. This is an awesome picture, by the way. This better get me free stuff, man. Fucking memes. Okay. Incidentally, Eric, very accomplished cutter. I don't know his channel right now, but he has gone through some channel shenanigans, as I understand it. Had to create a new channel. Whatever his new channel is, please subscribe to it. He is a very accomplished cutter and does some shit in his kitchen and doesn't look at how his ceiling is not full of shit, like scratches, and look how his light is not broken. Those would not be me if I were attempting the same thing in my kitchen. Also, my wife is not kicking him in the balls, which is what she would do to me if I were attempting to do the same thing. So anyway, it looks like Eric, because he's the world's best. Eric, again, if it were a matter of sword tuber popularity contest, then Eric would absolutely and unequivocally be the winner. But I think, has to play second fiddle to this awesome, this oil paint. Again, I don't want to hang Eric cutting free through the thing. I don't want to attempt it. Like, this oil painting to me is very, very, very cool. So I'm gonna move the oil painting up, and now we are between emblem arms, recreating the. Do I have a snapshot of him? Did I pause? Yeah, I did. Okay, there we go. I don't need this video. I've got this one. Okay, and let's zoom in so much to really get that that thigh gap going on there. I'm sure this is the most flattering photo he would love. Emblem Arms, if you are not making this your channel icon in the future, I think you're a missed opportunity here. So we've got oil painting. Now, this does not encapsulate the challenge that Emblem Arms undertook. Okay, so the oil painting, I think, speaks to itself a little bit. It takes skill and time and effort and patience and lots, and just a general sense of artistic ability to make this. So number one for the oil painting of the stiletto, which admittedly I think is very cool. Now, Emblem Arms picked a video game motion that was hard for him, went out and practiced it on wet glass and not glass. Shit. If it were glass, admittedly, I probably would. If it was on broken glass, or even just not broken glass, just glass, I probably would have upped the level here a little bit. But had his dick out a little bit and just went and tried to practice the maneuver with a sword. And while I am showing one to highlight his leg reach, he also brought out an Dark Sword Armory Alexandria. Both of them highlight Dark Sword Armory products. Both of them are a showcase of skill and effort and time and patience. So I'm a little bit torn. So Chad, help me here. 1 for the oil painting, the classic skill. 2 for the more meme culture, more perhaps youthful vigor of recreating a video game skill with a sword and the effort that it took to undertake. He really did a very solid job, and he made a very solid long form video about it. I think either of these two really are in the running. What is up for stake here as well, as you throw your caveats out, I'm going to pause here. Everyone gets a chance to redo. All right. It's 8:05 p.m. I see that on the timing here. Everyone gets to revote. There are 18 people viewing right now. What is up for grabs for either of these two folks is a Mother of Dragon sword, which was featured in the review. The other folks, who else is winning here? One person is going to get a stiletto. One person is going to get the Mother of Dragon's sword. That is what is up for stake, up for grabs here. Who deserves more? The Mother of Dragon's sword. Is it the oil painting or Emblem Arms? I could use some help here. Both of these, one of them is a gentleman who made a piece of art that I would legitimately like to have on my wall behind me right now. The other is a gentleman I would really like to be drinking this brandy with, practicing drunken sword moves in my backyard. Both of them, I think, are absolutely deserving of some amazing swag, but I only have one to give away. So please, let's do one in the chat. It's 8:06 p.m. now. I'm going to count the things I see after 8:06 p.m. Central Time, my time. 1 for the oil painting, 2 for Emblem Arms. Obviously, I still get to choose. It doesn't really matter what you say, but it does absolutely matter because I don't know what I'm going to do. I legitimately don't know. I don't know what's going on. It's fair. I play them all. Oh, you got the high. You got it high there too. Oh, there it is with a 4-pound sword. He's moving that sword, and he does not look. Yeah. Wet grass too, as I recall. Okay, we've got 1 for oil painting. We've got 3 for Emblem Arms. The Emblem Arms, if you had let out a wet fart while you were doing this, it would be an insta-win in my book. So relatable. But you also did not cut your foot off, which is pretty solid. You hit the stand, very relatable. I may or may not have done that many times as well. Okay. All right. Well. All right, folks. I think, I don't know. There's 17 people viewing, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 folks that have chimed in, but that is not quite half. But I don't know. It's like voting anywhere else. It There's still a chance. If you really think the oil painting should win, you gotta voice your opinion right now. If you're not registered for YouTube to chat, you better get it going in the next 30 seconds. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to call it for Emblem Arms. So the victors that I have, one, we've got Emblem Arms. I'm gonna, in 3, 2, 1, I'm gonna call Emblem Arms the victor. Congratulations. I'm going to reach out to you in the thing that you sent me with a code that was sent to me, and hopefully it all works. This is the point where I need to acknowledge if the codes that are provided by Darksword Armory don't work. Don't come after me. I am but a messenger in this. Hopefully it works. I've been told that they do. So Emblem Arms, you are the victor of the Mother of Dragon Swords. My personal request from you, not obligatory, is that you make some awesome content of the Mother of Dragon Sword when you get it. If you get it, hopefully you get it. Hopefully this is not a bunch of nonsense bullshit and it works out. Liam, you are victor number 2. You made an awesome painting, and I am sorry you didn't win. Frankly, if I had 2 Mother of Dragon Swords to give away, I would, because that was a pretty awesome awesome picture. I bet the folks at Darksword Armory would like to have it. Yael is a pretty solid connoisseur of art, and you did a very solid drawing of one of his creations. So, tip of my hat to you. You are going to get a what's it called? Stiletto. Eric, you are in position 3. You get a stiletto. Spencer, you did some AI stuff and you thought it was slop, but it got you a stiletto. By the Sword, you also stiletto for your sexy stuff. I expect you to make another short with the stiletto poking out as though it were a small penis. Do not let me down. Joan, you also have a stiletto. Those are the folks that have a stiletto. If I do not have your emails, which Emblem Arms, I have your email. Liam, I do not have your email. Eric, I don't have your email, but you know me on Facebook. Ping me. Spencer, I don't have your email. You got to me on Facebook. Shoot me an email. By the Sword and Joan, I have your emails and we'll respond to you accordingly. That is what I've got for you. Sorry about the clap. That was not respectful for your ears. That is what I've got, Sword friends. Thank you to chat for helping me, incidentally. I know you think I was legitimately kind of stuck at the end there. So I appreciate your help and finding a solution. I get stuck a little bit sometimes because my brain is broken. And I'm out of brandy now, so it is a great time to end things. I should get more brandy. Incidentally, again, if you have a Costco near your house, there was a single barrel brandy. It was $30. It is oily and delicious and absolutely wonderful. I have been trying to not grow man boobs, and so I've been cut back a lot on the alcohol intake because it creates inflammation and doesn't let me sleep super well, and all of the other reasons that a person might cut back on alcohol. So I drink very seldomly. This brandy is absolutely worth an exception. It is so delicious. Costco comes out with some random stuff towards the end of the year. They have I don't know, some stouts that come out. They have some brandy every now and again. They have some scotch. Those are usually absolutely worth getting, and they're not inexpensive, but also much less expensive than the equivalents, and have absolutely been worth me breaking my somewhat celibacy. So, that's not the right word. No, celibate is not fucking. I definitely do that. What's the alcohol one? Jesus, my brain. Maybe I don't need any more brandy. God damn. But I haven't been drinking. No, abstinent. Fuck. Okay, well, anyway, I've not been drinking a lot. I have tonight, apparently too much, because I can't remember words. That's all I've got for you folks, though. I will try to reach out with things for the people that won. I announced them. Also, I do want to point out, this is towards the end of the video here. I have, let me see. Let me see how many subscribers I have. I don't know. It's like 49,000 subscribers. I've been hovering around 50,000 for a long time, thinking that I would cross that hurdle at some point and haven't. That's okay. But out of 50,000 people, that subscribe to me, 18, 19 made a video. I just said, do something cool. That's it. Do something cool that I can share on YouTube. And it was pretty open. Now, obviously, some show better than others. And admittedly, the scales are not equally balanced. For those of you that feel that way, I apologize. But there are 6 items and 19 people entered. As reasonably good odds out of earning something cool. And I'm somewhat surprised by the lack of turnout. So do not look forward to one of these again. This has weighed heavy on my heart for a hot minute. I appreciate sincerely all the people that actually took time out of their day to make something. Obviously, the people I think that invested the most time have risen to the top, but I do not expect to do something like this in the future. The interest level was not as high, but hopefully the entertainment value was absolutely high. The people that contributed, I genuinely thank you, and your art has absolutely tickled me. Liam, I hope you are hanging that oil painting on the wall. For those of you that are awesome at AI art, I hope you continue to make something cool out of my glossy forehead. That's all I've got, though. I genuinely thank all of you for tuning in, for helping me along the way. I've babbled on long enough. That's all I've got, everyone. Cheers, and thanks for watching.